Hello everyone and welcome back. Cameron Love, aspiring actor here, and we are going to be continuing Season 5 with Episode 4, 5, and 6. Interesting season so far. Very interesting. They started off with a flash forward. Walter, it seems like he's on the run or something. He's either on the run or he's hunting somebody. Or both. So 52. He's 52 in that flash forward. He did his bacon spelled out 52. That happened in Episode 1. As well, when Walter was 50 years old. So there's also there's a birthday celebration that they're talking about. Marie mentioned that Walter's it's been a full year, and I wonder if Walter's gonna do 51 in bacon. What a year it's been. Walter isn't happy making less money, even though he's actually making more money than he did with Gustavo. He's making less meth, but he's making more money. His ego, man, his pride, it's just consuming him. It's a bottomless pit, is what it is. He feels like he's entitled to Gus's legacy. And Mike keeps telling Walter that Gus had 20 years to build up this empire. You've only been doing this for a year. And it's only been like a couple weeks since Gus died. So check yourself, man, because you're making a lot of enemies very quickly with your allies. And there's too many extra expenditures that Walter didn't take into account when he decided to, become the boss. Boss 3 ways between Jesse, Mike, and Walter. This whole legacy cost thing, that's riling up Walter. Mike had 11 men, 11 good guys that he vetted and that he trusts, and 2 of them are dead, Chow and Chris. So there's 9 left, including Dennis, that are still locked up in prison. And Walter's like, these are Gus's men. This is your problem, Mike. And Mike tells Walter that, no, since you killed Gus, this is your problem now. These guys were promised hazard pay. They were promised to keep quiet. And if they can take the heat, once they leave, they'll have some money and security for their families. So now that the DEA has looked into Gustavo's offshore bank accounts and confiscated all this money, like, these guys will talk. They're fine for now, since Mike went around and he reassured each of them that you'll still get your hazard pay, just keep quiet. We're starting a new thing with Walter. Rest assured, you'll get your hazard pay. Walter's reaction to all of his money being taken by Mike, he's like, this goes to the drivers, this goes to the people who are supplying us, this goes to the legacy costs. There's Saul's cut. Each time Mike takes a cut and puts it in that duffel bag for everyone else, Walter's just like, it's eating him right now. Eating away at him. He's so bitter right now. But he's like, yeah, I'll pay my share. Jesse's happily, to give away his money. It seems like he just wants to cook. Just to make everyone happy. He likes these guys. But, Walter, he does his thing. His thing. He's like, wow. He does that fake chuckle like it surprised him. But no, he's about to be condescending and he's just super bitter about what's going on right now. I think Walter's going to find a way to dispose of these 9 remaining guys in prison. Not just to keep them silent, but just like how Gustavo killed Victor to send a message to Walter, Jesse, and Mike. I think Walter's going to kill these guys to send Mike a message. That he's in charge. He can't control Mike right now, so he needs to find a way to control Mike. He cares about this legacy cost. It's just what you do, is what Mike said. He's a man of his word. That's how the business should be run. It can't just be backstabbing all the time. Or maybe kill Mike at some point, plot to get rid of Mike. I think after all these guys are gone. Gustavo killed Victor because, he overstepped his boundaries when he went ahead and decided to cook for himself, right? So Walter might feel like Mike is overstepping his boundaries, flying too close to the sun. But Mike knows the business, Walter. He's got all these connections. You need him. But right now, he's going to focus on controlling him. And the only way right now to control him is through these 9 guys right now. These guys that he trusts. So how do you silence these guys? Saul. Probably. Isn't that the answer to everyone's problems? Just call Saul? Whenever you're written into a corner, just get Saul to do it. He seems to be like the key to everything. How do we get this happen over here, but have it make sense later on over here? Just get Saul to do it. It's kind of a little bit of a cop-out. Like, oh, Saul will solve it off-screen somehow. And Saul, you need to grow a backbone, man. Walter, he's just taking advantage of you. Every single time. And you give in to his demands every single time. Now he's threatening you, saying, we're done when I say we're done. A high-risk client indeed. And Saul always goes the extra mile for everyone. What if when he was stealing Jesse's cigarette pack, what if he damaged the cigarette and everybody was exposed to the ricin? Like, it could have killed everybody in the office. This whole Ted and the IRS and Skylar, like, he took it upon himself to protect Walter. You know, he took initiative. And Walter just keeps taking it for granted. I see, like, a breaking point happening right now. Saul always seems to have a contingency for everything. But what happens when you really corner this guy? He makes things happen. He knows a lot of people. knows a guy. Knows more people than Walter. Walter only has like 5 friends. I don't think he has any friends. Not anymore. Jesse, barely. Now Walter treats him like dirt. So we'll see what happens when Saul is pushed into a corner with no way out except to go through you. It's also possible that Saul was the one that told Walter about Brock's whereabouts. I totally forgot that Saul has been to Andrea's house before to drop off the money from Jesse. So, yes, Saul could have told Walter. Because in the last video, I'm like, did Walter just like stake out Pinkman's house and wait for Andrea to show up and then follow her home and then somehow poison Brock? No, he probably just asked Saul. But still, how did Walter poison Brock? When Walter sits next to Brock on that couch, like, I can't even tell if the kid recognizes Walter or like if he knows that Walter poisoned him. How did he poison him? There's like this uncomfortable tension. And Walter's thinking, like, this kid needs to go. He needs to be out of Jesse's life right now. I need Jesse right now. I can't have him be distracted, and I can't have this, like, outlier of Andrea and Brock just, like, messing things up. What if the kid tells Jesse that, you know, he was poisoned by the scary man on the couch? And he succeeded. Jesse, he broke up with Andrea after him and Walter spoke about letting her into Jesse's secret life. You know, the whole cooking meth, Tomas dying because of my actions, murdering Gail, you know, that sort of thing. Walter had no control over Andrea and Brock, but now that they're gone, he has total control over Jesse. You know, he's telling Jesse that, you know, you and me, you know, we're in this together. We got each other's backs. That's an abusive friendship right there. And Jesse, you know, he senses there's something off about Walter. You know, something's changed in him. He's a big fish in a little pond, or that's how he sees himself. And Jesse's taking notice of this. And he's slowly driving everyone away. I just see everybody turning on Walter, the master manipulator. It's all just it's a house of cards right now. He sees himself at the top, but like his foundation, the reason why he's lasted so long, it's about to break. You know, all the people that helped him, I just see them all turning on him at some point. Quit while you're ahead is what Saul says. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, oh, Walter, just quit cooking. You can live happily ever after. But it's not going to happen. Now they have to cook. They have to keep cooking to keep these guys quiet. So it's a clever way of like getting everybody back. You know, Mike said, I'm going to hit the road, but no, he has to keep these guys quiet. Now Mike has to force himself to work with this lady, Lydia, who just put out a hit on him because she's the only one that can secure precursor and methylamine. Mike and Walter are constantly in each other's faces about how things should be run. If Walter does silence them in his own way, either, you know, blackmails these men or kills them one by one, like, if somebody like Dennis, who pledged his allegiance to Mike, you know, like, Mike vetted this guy, he trusts him. If he said, like, he's going to stay quiet and take the heat, he will stay quiet. If he, like, betrays Mike, Mike's going to think something's off. Like, somebody forced him to, you know, spill the beans or something. So, I see Mike turning on Walter at some point. Maybe Walter will conspire with Lydia because Lydia wants to get rid of these guys too. And Lydia was interested in meeting the cook, right? She never got a chance to meet Walter, so I think they will meet at some point. Just a theory. Skylar. Oh, man. She's numb. She's sluggish. She's just not motivated to do anything. Walter is just all touchy-feely. It just makes my skin crawl whenever he touches her because, you know, she's just like wide-eyed. She's flinching. every time he gets close to her, she can't say anything because she knows what Walter's capable of. And this whole Ted thing, Ted being paralyzed, that's affecting her too. And Walter's like, oh, you get used to it. She's screaming in silence right now. And it just finally came to a breaking point with Marie in the car wash where she's just screaming over and over, just shut up, shut up, shut up. And Marie, she wants to know what's going on with Skylar, and Walter framed Skylar in a way that makes her look like the problem of the marriage. I mean, it is true. He didn't have to do much spinning. That Skylar did sleep with Ted. Yeah, now Marie thinks differently of her sister. And Walter's just, he's pulling those strings. The master manipulator succeeded in deflecting attention from Marie and Hank. Then Walter just grabs an apple and happily munches on it. Just another successful performance by the master puppeteer. That's probably what Walter's thinking. I'm assuming a lot from, the nuances going on within these last couple of episodes. Like Hank, for instance. This whole laptop thing. Did Hank actually see footage on the laptop? Look, I'm suspicious of everybody at this point in the series. Just see how I think of Gale when I first saw him? Come on. To me, Hank seemed like... I'm just picking up on, some subtle nuances, intentional or not. It just seemed like Hank looked a little nervous when he was meeting with Steve Gomez and his boss, Merkert. He's personally, refilling everyone's drinks. It just, take it easy, man. It just seemed like he was a little nervous. It's like, I got a sneak peek, but, it was encrypted, so I didn't get a good look at it. And his facial expressions during that whole scene told me that it seemed like he knew more than what he was telling the audience. When Merkert told his story about Gus having this secret life while masquerading as a close friend, Hank looked as though he was thinking of Walter. It's like, how many people at this point have lied to protect somebody else? And you'd think someone as smart as Hank, especially in these last several episodes, putting everything together, this would have crossed his mind at some point. Hank still hasn't interacted with Walter at all in these 3 episodes. So, there's a lot of check marks going off in my mind. That's why I think he saw something. But, if he didn't see anything, then he didn't see anything. But just, the idea is out there now that Walter might have this, secret life. Maybe Hank will actually go to a casino with Walter just to see if, he's actually good at gambling. Just a test. Because Walter has made a lot of money in a year.
Rear wheel assembly took the brunt of the impact, so,
Uh-oh. Walter's wearing a dark red shirt.
CB shaft, boot,
Heisenberg.
axle, replaced all of it, no way around it. Didn't have to replace the windshield this time.
No, right? Of course.
Oh, and I noticed you had some sort of gunky buildup in the front end here. First, I had no idea what I was looking at. Then I remembered that you had me replace that front fender a few months back when you ran over that deer. We went at it with the steam hose, cleaned it up for you. Hardest part was the paint.
Dark red shirt Eisenberg had.
Hey, Benny, you give me $50, and she's all yours.
You sure about this?
Sure as shoot.
Check the register.
$50? Are you crazy?
Jeez. Oh, come on. Oh, man. What did I say? They're gonna start flaunting their wealth. There's no more being conservative. They're just gonna show off. What's Skylar gonna think? She can't say anything now. She's afraid of Walter.
God, you're kidding me. I'm at work right now.
Yeah, I know. This is a heads up. You got visitors.
Visitors, what? You mean today?
I mean 30 seconds.
Come in.
It's Road Art Quayle,
Oh.
Hank Schrader, Agent Steve Gomez, DEA. You met briefly in Albuquerque.
Yes, we did. What can I do? There. The foreman. Navy pants, powder blue shirt.
Lydia.
Ich kann nicht jede Woche zu Herrn Frote gehen und sagen, wir können unsere Zielvorgaben nicht einhalten. Also, zurück zu den Voranschlägen.
Breathe, Lydia. No one's talking to the police.
I just had like 14 DEA agents barge into my office, screaming and yelling at me, and they were swarming all over the warehouse, okay? The warehouse. Besides, Ron was my guy. Remember, I don't have a guy anymore. Ron fixed security and pulled the barrels and drove the truck. You can't expect me to do that stuff. I mean, let's be realistic.
I'll send a new guy.
Horsepower is in everything. Don't you know that? You have to factor in drag and torque and suspension and weight of the car. And listen, one more factor that you're not thinking about. The experience of the driver. And I totally got you there.
You drive like a geezer.
Oh, really?
You drive like a geezer.
Tell me, can a geezer do donuts? I don't think so.
Bullshit you ever did done it.
Whoa, watch your language, and yes, I did.
Seriously?
Yes, seriously.
And then I blew it up.
I didn't actually buy either one. They're both leases, so it all fits our story.
Okay. We can afford it now.
You're back at it.
Well, yeah. We have to make up that 600,000 we lost.
Because of you, remember? Oh, man. I feel so bad for Skylar. She's stuck.
What do you think about boarding school?
He's a year away from college. Why on earth would we do that?
I don't know, I just thinking about the kids.
Holly did? Where are we sending our 8-month-old? Peace Corps?
No, a new environment might be good for them.
What does that mean? What's wrong with their environment? Skylar? What's wrong with their environment? But there's absolutely nothing for you to be afraid of anymore, okay? I mean, clear sailing from here on out, I promise. You know, I want us to try and start looking forward to things again. Speaking of which, my birthday?
51.
No, I don't know what you have planned and
Bacon.
going on. Really. I can understand if you haven't even given it a thought, but I think a little celebration might be good for all of us. You know, a birthday party. Life is good, Skylar.
Thank you.
Hey, Mom, you forgot something. Dad's bacon?
51. What if he was like 58?
That's a pretty small one.
Ah, now you're talking.
No.
Good move.
No.
It's good.
6 feet under and half a face, he's still screwing on us. What about that, Lydia, what's her name? You know, Lady Banjo Eyes at the warehouse?
In this world? No way. Too uptight, too together.
Maybe. She was wearing mismatched shoes. How together can she be?
Hank, he just notices everything. Nothing gets past this guy. Except, you know, the whole Heisenberg.
The blue meth is making a bit of a comeback. Tell him about me.
And some small amounts on the street side pools. Lab's telling us it's the same stuff.
You know, I mean, it could be old inventory leaking out, or it could be somebody rebooting, using Fring's former cooks to set up a new operation.
Thought we had Fring's cooks. You had subs in the lab fire. Maybe one of them was your Heisenberg.
Yeah, maybe.
Should have changed the color, man. But Walter wouldn't allow it.
This office needs an ASAC, and I'm thinking we should be promoting from within. What do you say, Hank? You want it?
Well, considering my wife would murder me if I said no. So. Yeah. I want it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's my birthday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I probably have a birthday party waiting for me, you know, so.
Yeah, cool, yeah, no problem. Hey, happy birthday.
Thanks.
Hey, Dad.
Surprise!
So, what's the plan?
Hank and Marie are on their way. Roast chicken and potatoes for dinner, Rocky Road for dessert, and chocolate cake.
He's expecting this birthday bash. Oh man, Marie.
Jazzed about the new job.
What? No, I am, baby. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I believe you, just don't kill us.
She's not gonna keep this secret.
I made a promise to someone.
To whom?
Who? Your brother-in-law.
Who could that be?
Are you gonna give me a hint?
It involved infidelity, that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my god. Can't tell Marie anything.
Knew what? What did you know?
Well, I mean, I didn't know it, but I've been saying it forever. Paul's second cell phone. Sorry, babe, but I was way ahead of you on this one.
Way ahead of me. Well, it wasn't Walt.
Skylar? Great dinner, Skylar. I'll do some badass whipped potatoes.
You have to tell me how you get all the lumps out. How do you do that?
Potato ricer.
A ricer.
You don't hand mash?
What was that sound?
Almost exactly a year ago that I got my diagnosis.
Jesus. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Seems like longer.
Yeah. No, it's 1 year ago tomorrow.
Day after my 50th. Honestly, never thought I'd make it this far. The cancer and surgery, Hank being shot. So many dark days. There's Marie's talking pillow. Remember that?
It's the little things.
But you guys, you got me through it somehow. Kept me going. And that happened again and again and again. I mean, there were times when I was sure I was done for.
What are you doing,
Then
Skylar?
someone or something would come through for me. God, and Skylar, I can't. Honey, remember that first week of chemotherapy? That night on the bathroom floor? You said to me? I was so sick. It was rough going at first. But Skylar, she was right there, of course. It was too hard. I just wanted it stopped.
Skylar, isn't that freezing?
Ooh, hey-ho, pool party.
What are you doing, Skylar? What is she doing? Huh?
Hey, Sky, maybe it's time to get out now. What do you think?
Skylar? Hank asked you a question. You need to get out. Skylar?
Hey,
I'm the guy.
Wait,
What's up?
I'm the guy. So where's the...
hold on. Who sent you?
Who sent me? Who do you think?
No, I'm asking you.
Mike.
Mike. Armin Trout. Okay? Satisfied?
Ah, it's the one with the B on it.
Wait, stop!
It's a bug.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
I guess it's Skylar's turn to be in a fugue state.
She and I are having some issues.
Yeah, I might have heard a little bit about that. I mean, hey, look, Murray didn't go into details. She just, said that, you guys were having some issues. So, what's the next move? It'd be good to have her talk to someone.
Oh, no, I agree.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna get on that first thing.
I mean, there's Marie's guy, Dave. He seems really happy with it.
Dave again.
She's gonna try and get some sleep.
Okay.
What was that?
I don't know.
I mean, was she trying?
Oh, not a swimming pool. With all of us there, no, I don't think so. But we both think that she should talk to someone.
I'm gonna get you Dave's number. Listen, well, I can't help but sense that there may be some issues between you and Skylar. None of our business, of course. And Hank, I don't know if you've picked up on
He knows.
any of it.
He knows I know.
These things happen in a marriage, but it isn't unfixable. I think what would be great is if you two had some space to work through this stuff. So, and keep an open mind.
Still have your condo, right?
What if we took the kids for a while? It'd be fun, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. It's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea. Just the thing for both of you.
Marie, this idea, was it yours?
Actually, it was Skylar's. She really needs this.
Yeah.
I don't want the children here anymore. It isn't safe.
Skylar, we have talked about this repeatedly. It has never been more safe.
Never been. A couple weeks ago, a man was coming to this house to kill us, to murder your entire family. You were in the crawl space, screaming.
And I dealt with him. It's over.
It is not. You're right back in the meth business again.
This is different. Now I'm running things.
So wait, now that you're in charge,
What if somebody does that to you?
it's going to be smooth sailing from here on out?
I don't see why not. I keep the work at work, Skylar. And nothing will ever impact you or the kids.
You don't know that. You can't make that promise, Walt.
I can promise you that Gus Fring is dead. And he was the threat. He was the danger.
thought you were the danger.
I am the danger. I'm the one who knocks, remember?
Is that what your pool stunt was about? Trying to protect my children from me?
That just... There's blood on my hands, too.
What blood? Panicky?
He's in the hospital because of me. No. Because of what I did.
Skylar, you can't beat yourself up over this thing. Please. You didn't set out to hurt anybody. You made a mistake and things got out of control. But you did what you had to do to protect your family, and I'm sorry. That doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a human being.
Stop it, Walt. Just stop. I don't need to hear any of your bullshit rationales. I'm in it now. I'm compromised, but I will not have my children living in a house where dealing drugs and hurting people and killing people is shrugged off as shit happens. We're back at it, fine. But the kids stay away, and that's that.
And then what happens?
We'll see.
No, I'll tell you what happens. They come home to this house, to their parents who love them.
No, I will not let our business endanger them.
How many times do I have to say that they are not
I said no. I swear to God, I won't have them back here.
What is your next move?
My next move is maybe I hurt myself. Make it clear we need more time. Let Hank and Marie see we're still struggling.
No, more like you're still struggling. So maybe next time I have you committed. Put you in some inpatient facility while I take care of the kids myself. Is that what you want?
Maybe I show up with bruises on my neck. Give myself a black eye. Say that you beat me when you found out about my lover.
I see. So you want to involve Ted? Oh, well, that'll be fun, bringing the police up to speed on all of that. But not as much fun as telling your 16-year-old son that his father is a wife beater. Also not a very good plan. What else you got?
I could send Junior away to school.
Oh, well, here's the conversation. So, honey, I know you've only got 1 year left in high school, but I would love it so much if you would drop everything, leave all your friends behind, and go to boarding school in Arizona. Do you have any other ideas? Because I'm not hearing a solution to your problem. How are you going to save our kids from this terrible environment? What are you going to do? Are you going to run off to France? Are you going to close the curtains, change the locks? This is a joke. Come on, Skylar. You want to take me on? You want to take away my children? What's the plan?
I don't know! This is the best I could come up with, okay? I will count every minute that the kids are away from here, away from you, as a victory. But you're right. It's a bad plan. I don't have any of your magic, Walt. I don't know what to do. I'm a coward. I can't go to the police. I can't stop laundering your money. I can't keep you out of this house. I can't even keep you out of my bed. All I can do is wait. That's it. That's the only good option. Hold on. Bide my time. And wait.
Wait for what? What are you waiting for?
For the cancer to come back.
There he goes again.
Just relax. I'm coming.
Look at that. You tell me what that looks like. If the DEA's tracking our barrels, there goes our precursor connection. That's done. And I'm telling you, these days, chances of getting a new methamphetamine hookup is rare, man. It's like Bigfoot, like unicorn rare.
Kid, you're giving me heartburn here. GPS on the bottom of the barrel. Why didn't they put it inside where nobody'd see it?
It's inside, it gets wet.
Made these things to put under cars that can get wet. You didn't check any of the other barrels.
No, that's the only one we could have taken, according to her. You know, once we spotted it, she freaked out. I put the barrel back, and we FO'd.
Let me ask you something. The person who spotted this, was it you or was it her?
Lydia, she saw it first.
Okay. She's dead.
Oh my God.
What?
Lydia planted this thing, not the cops. She's thinking if she makes it look like her inventory is being watched, that we'll leave her alone and take our business elsewhere. She's right.
All right. She's dead.
You don't know this woman like I do. I had a chance to deal with this before, and I gave her a pass. It's what I get for being sexist. Now, if you excuse me.
Mike, you can't just... Look, that's our precursor. We need her.
Kid, if we have to ramp down for a while, so be it. It beats working with a lunatic who's gonna get us arrested or killed.
Look, she didn't seem crazy to me, you know? She just seemed like uptight.
And now you're being sexist. Trust me, this woman deserves to die as much as any man I've ever met.
Wait! Just wait. What if this really was the cops, you know? And what if you're wrong about her?
I'm not wrong.
But what if you are?
Jesse, your misgivings have been duly noted. Now move away from me.
Mr. White, weigh in here, would you? What do you think, Mr. White?
The methylamine keeps flowing no matter what. We are not ramping down. We're just getting started. Nothing stops this train. Nothing.
Mr. White, hold up.
It's Heisenberg.
Oh, hey, I think you said it was your birthday, so... I left a receipt in the box in case you want to exchange it. Anyway, hey, happy birthday.
So thoughtful. It's a nice watch, though.
Coming to bed?
That's how she handles stress. You guys should invest in more lights.
Is that a watch? It's a birthday present. The person who gave me this present wanted me dead too. Not that long ago.
Yeah.
He pointed a gun right between my eyes, right here. And he threatened to kill me. He changed his mind about me, Skylar. And so will you.
That was a good episode. I appreciate those like small little details, those close-ups of, even though they take like a second, just like Walter putting his hand on Skylar's knee and her just flinching, close-up of the watch. You know, Walter, he's stroking that loose thread on his hat. It's just a close-up, you know, it's just those little details I love. Okay, that ending with the watch for a second. I feel like it's going to be significant later on at some point. You know, it's a gift from Jesse. They put a lot of focus on it. It's not just a gift. You know, as it's ticking down, counting down, it sounded like a gun was getting cocked right at the very end. So, I don't know what's going to happen. I thought Walter was like going to like... Skylar flinches every time that Walter touches her, right? I thought he was like actually going to like assault her or something like that. Skylar's in a corner. What's she gonna do? She's trapped. Call Saul! Get him to fix it. And that back and forth between, like, you know, ideas Skylar's throwing out there and Walter's just shooting them all down. It's like, oh, well, this is probably what's gonna happen, you know? That was so good. Walter, that's the only thing that Skylar can do right now. Throw out ideas and then Walter just shoots them down. Corners her. Now she's just waiting for the cancer to take Walter. Not just the cancer, though. I also thought that she was referring to, you know, how if Walter's the boss now, just like Gus, and Gus was taken out, like somebody might take out Walter at some point. Maybe she's banking on that too. That's the only resort that Skylar has right now. She's going back to IFT, that episode. She slept with Ted so that Walter wouldn't love her anymore, and that he would just leave. She's doing the same tactic again, but just trying to make Walter leave on his own. Still got the condo, you know, he could go somewhere, but no. You know, he said it himself, he wants to raise his own kids. This is a safe environment. Now Hank and Marie know about Ted, and everybody's just against Skylar right now. They all think she's mental after that episode, that fugue state. That was beautiful, though. Skylar looking at the pool. And then when she went in, you know, she's just, like, floating like an angel. And a hand just, like, grabs her from behind, and it's Walter. And it's just, it cuts to black right there. It's like, oh, well, there goes this moment of, you know, time standing still. This peaceful moment. I haven't felt this calm in, like, days, you know? Or weeks. Since Gus died. And then Walter just rips her out of that state. Hank got promoted. You know, good job, sir. You know, Heisenberg is just still right under his nose. The reveal is coming. Marie, you're a terrible liar. Don't worry, Skylar, it's in the vault. I'm not saying anything. I'm just gonna be a nervous wreck for, like, the rest of our marriage, Hank. It involves Skylar and Walter, and infidelity. That's all I'm saying. Jesse, he's the guy. Mike's like, I'm gonna send you a guy. I trust this guy with my life. She opens the door. What's up? Mike, he's on the ball, too. He's like, did she tell you this? Did you find the bug under the barrel? Why didn't they put it in the barrel? She's dead. You let her go, and now she's gonna pay for it. Or Mike wants to deal with her. But Walter, he's not gonna let him slow things down. You can't slow down this train. So Lydia, like, sorry, lady. You're still stuck with these guys. Hank spots the two different shoes. It's like nothing gets past this guy except for Heisenberg right under his nose. Yeah, I don't see things ending too well with Lydia. At some point, she's gonna make, like, a huge mistake. Like, she's gonna, like, bail or just, like, panic or something. She just threw her guy under the bus, blamed him for everything. You know, maybe it was part of the job. Maybe he's got hazard pay if he keeps quiet. Walter. He was wearing dark red. And he finds his hat. And he's shaving his head still. The dark passenger. Speaking of dark passengers, like that shaving sequence, it reminded me of, you know, the opening to Dexter. When he's just, like, getting ready and just, like, shaving and you see all the blood coming down. What's going to happen when you take Walter's hat away from him? He's going to go mental. That hat gives him courage. Every time he wears that, it's just, he's a totally different person. So full of confidence. So, like, you know, nothing stands in his way. You can't shake him. All because of that hat. That was funny at the beginning. The mechanic was, like, joking about the windshield. But yeah, really good episode. 51. Man, that's a big pocket.
Very nice. Yeah. Congratulations again. We're all very proud of you.
Well, thanks, you know. My days of chasing dirt balls is over. I'll tell you what, being a boss, own kind of grind, you know what I'm saying? New car, new watch. Yeah, good for you. All the curveballs that were thrown at you this year, you deserve to treat yourself. So, how's Sky?
Actually,
She went to work this morning. And Mariano kind of keeps an eye on her when I'm not, so.
And what about the whole idea of talking to somebody? I mean, gee, you know, Regal's off about Dave like he's a rock star shrink.
Okay, are we ever gonna see Dave?
Something else on your mind there, Walt? Well, feel free to, you know.
Skylar doesn't love me anymore. And I don't know what to do, Hank. I don't. She says that I'm a bad influence on the kids. And I'm not good for them.
Walt?
No. She thinks I'm a bad father.
I'm not an expert on parenting or anything, but from where I'm sitting, I just don't see it. You know, I think you're great with the kids. Listen, I'm gonna get a coffee. You want a coffee? I'm gonna have a cup of coffee.
Hank, I'm sorry.
No. That's it. Cup of coffee, right? Right. Just take them.
Hank's never been good with consoling people. I knew this was a ploy. Just keep tabs on DEA. Just like Gus. Oh boy. That's not good.
You two are really great together.
Smooth.
Take it from me, buddy. So he's darkest just before the dawn.
But the dawn is coming. Dark Knight.
What is this place? What is this place? What are we doing here?
Give me the table.
I can't be here. My daughter, my little girl. What are you doing? Mike, my daughter.
Shut up!
Hey, they met. Walter, Lydia. Lydia, Walter.
All right, Lydia. My friends here don't know you like I do, so they are very kindly giving you one last chance. There's your script. Study it. About 30 seconds, I'm gonna dial Agent Schrader on your line here. You're gonna pass along this information, and then we'll see what we see. But here are the rules. If you yell for help, try to give the man some kind of coded message, or otherwise tip him off, I'm gonna pull out my pistol and shoot him in the head.
Oh my God.
Same goes for panicking, breaking down into tears. Remember how you like to do that. If it happens this time, I am going to pull my pistol out and I am going to shoot you in the head. Look at me, not at them. Lydia, look at me. If you make Schrader suspicious in any way at all, tell me what's going to happen next.
You'll pull out your gun and shoot me.
And where will I shoot you?
In the head.
In the head, that's right. That's a pistol, not a gun. I'm expecting precision here.
Hank Schrader, how can I help you, Miss Quayle?
Well, this is kind of an odd. It's just that I was in our warehouse supervising a shipment of chemicals when I noticed a device on the bottom of one of our barrels of methylamine.
A device?
Yeah, I guess you call it that. I mean, I'm certainly no expert, but it looks to me like some kind of a tracking device or a GPS.
Well, I'll tell you what. Set that barrel aside for me, if you would, and I'll look into it and get back to you. And in the meantime, mum's the word, all right?
Yeah, all right, sure thing.
Okay, great. Thanks for the call, Miss Quayle. You don't know anything about GPS trackers on a methylamine barrel, do you? Matter with Houston, I'm talking about.
No, nobody from my team planted anything. Why?
No. Figured as much. All right, thanks.
I know what you're thinking, but I didn't do it. I'm telling you, I didn't plant that thing.
Shut up!
So the warehouse is too hot. Her supply is useless to us now.
No. You're making a mistake. This was not me. I swear to God, I didn't do it.
I don't know, man. Sounds like she's telling the truth to me. She has a gun to her head, kid.
Everyone sounds like Meryl Streep with a gun to their head.
I'm sorry, Jesse. You're the one who wanted to put it up to a vote. It's 2 against 1.
No, no, you can't kill me, come on! I swear I didn't do anything!
Janice, give me Dowdy in the Houston office, will you? Hey, Errol, please tell me you guys didn't do something as lame brain as put a GPS tracker on the outside of a barrel of methylamine, one earmarked for the medical warehouse in Houston.
Who's asking? Did someone find him?
Jesus, are you shitting me? Since when you put a GPS tracker on the outside of a barrel?
We all make mistakes, Lydia. And it's a pistol, not a gun.
We solved the problem we can. This does not change the equation one iota for her.
Oh, come on, you are not seriously still considering killing me. I saved you. If it weren't for me, we'd all be in jail right now.
I hate to say it, but she's right. She is saving herself. She's a loose cannon. I am telling you, she will turn a gun or a badge on us the first chance she gets. The woman put a hit out on me.
Seriously?
Hey, you still need methylamine, don't you, right? You want to talk methylamine? Then tell your partner to stop threatening me. And let's talk.
Talk about what? You heard. You can't even get us a single barrel.
Who said anything about barrels? I'm talking about an ocean of this stuff.
Go on.
Just give him a minute, would you? Trust him.
Trust him.
Okay, so let's hear it.
I love those transitions. Going through the floor. Or looking like it goes through the floor.
You're a smart businesswoman. You understand the concept of leverage.
Please don't patronize me. I hate
You have none. But trust has to work both ways, Lydia. Is it true that you put a hit out on Mike?
Kind of.
Yes.
Why?
I was scared.
Of Mike?
Not at first. There are men who used to work with Gus Fring in custody right now. I know. They know everything about me, everything. Some of them even know about you, assuming you're the master chemist. They're always talking about.
If it's these 9 that you're worried about, why put the hit on Mike?
I have no choice. I'm not going to prison and have my daughter raised in some horrible group home. Do you have any idea what those places are like? I gave him a list of names, but instead of handling it, he's protecting them, so I hired someone else. At that point, there was no option but to add Mike to the list.
This ocean of methylamine that you claim you can get your hands on. How much are we talking about? Literally.
How does 24,000 gallons sound? Once a week, on a Wednesday, a freight train leaves the port of Long Beach, loaded with industrial chemicals. There's always at least one tanker car full of methylamine. There's a remote 3-mile stretch here in McKinley County. That's where you do it.
Stopping the train post 9/11. You have any idea how many alarms that's going to set off between here and D.C.?
None, if you do it right here. If a freight train is stopped in transit, anywhere other than the usual yards or depots, absolutely. A signal will automatically alarm the FRA and the TSA Surface Division at the Department of Homeland Security. But what you don't know, and I do because my job requires me to keep track of my buyer's shipments, this is dark territory.
What's that?
Train speak for an area of no contact. It's a dead zone.
Crew could just call the cops.
No cellular either. I'm telling you, it's the perfect place. You'd have time enough to stop the train, siphon off as much methylamine as you can carry, and get away before the police are called.
Wait a minute. Assuming we could stop a moving train, how do we know we have the right one? And which tanker car is which? I can't believe that they would advertise their content.
I'll have it for you sometime between midnight and 2 a.m. That'll give you at least 6 hours of lead time.
Assuming there are no security guards.
No guards. It's not like we're carrying nuclear warheads.
Wait, 2 guys. Can't we just tie them up or something?
I have done this long enough to know that there are 2 kinds of heist. Those where the guys get away with it, and those that leave witnesses.
Hey, Zach. You
You say that? ASAC Schrader.
If those turn out to be her first words, I will beat you with my shoe.
The shoe that I stole.
What about Emo McGee? Come out of his room today?
Barely. He does, he barely talks.
What do you expect, you know? His parents treat him like he's a baby there.
Flynn, do you want me to heat up some of that lasagna to hold you over till dinner?
No. Hey, I picked up Heat on Blu-ray. Wanna watch it with me later?
No. You can keep talking about me now.
Why is making nothing not an option?
Walter?
Let me tell you why. Because you're 9 guys in lockup, right?
You broke it, you paid for it, and we talked about this plenty.
Well, maybe we
already.
better talk about it a little more, because what it sounds like you're telling me, Mike, is that from now on, we have no choice but to do this piddling pseudo-cook so that we can pay back your guys, or else what? Or else they're gonna rat on us and we end up in prison.
Yeah, and it sounds like what you're telling me, Walter, is that you want to do this heist, even if it means killing a couple of innocent men. That what you want?
You know, I don't know why you insist on putting words in my mouth.
What if we can rip off that train and no one ever knows it got robbed?
Magnets.
How are we looking, Mike?
All clear.
Copy that.
Ah, it's Todd. I mean, they are burglars, right? They specialize in stealing things.
Mind if I ask you a question?
No, go ahead.
Well, I get why we want the tank for the methylamine, but why this other one for the water?
You want to fill him in?
It's all about the weight, yo. If the weights don't match, the train company's gonna know it got robbed.
Okay.
Boosting methylamine from a train is like a major rap. The point is, no one, other than us, can ever know that this robbery went down. Nobody. Got it?
Yeah, absolutely.
We will be removing 1,000 gallons of methylamine from the tanker car, but replacing it with about 9/10 of that volume in water.
Yeah, but won't they figure out they got robbed anyway on account of getting watered down methylamine?
Well, out of 24,000 gallons, it'll only amount to about 4% dilution, so. But yes, you're right. They will notice. At which point, they will blame China for sending a marginally weaker batch.
Why do I have to go to Uncle Hank's? Give me the exact reason, or I'm not going anywhere.
This is not going to be a debate.
What's going on? Why can't anybody tell me anything? I want one good reason.
Because we're your parents and you're our child. That's reason enough. Now please do as I ask. Now. It'll pass. He'll understand. By the way, you're visiting a therapist from Rio Rancho, Peter. Last name is up to you.
Out burying bodies?
Robbing a train.
Oh, he's honest. Ah, right. Hey, is that Saul's guy?
Go, go, go. Now, go, go, go.
Yeah. Go! We're at 300 gallons.
Jesus.
Counting. Water is going.
Uh-oh.
Sure you're not out of gas?
Uh-oh. What role is Todd gonna play?
Walter, we've got a good Samaritan on the scene. You pull your guys off that train right now.
We're not done yet.
Man. Come on.
Mr. White! Hey!
It's a nice round number. Oh, that's brutal.
Oh. Yeah, bitch!
Jesse. Classic.
Oh my!
Okay, nice job.
Yeah!
The kid.
No! 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 Oh.
Damn it, Todd. I was wondering what role that kid would play in the episode, or the spider. Jesse's gonna go ballistic on Todd. Boy, you guys think of everything. Yeah, well, you don't think, Todd. Now they got this mess to clean up. If they kill Todd, like, what are they gonna do with their pest control cover? Then they won't be able to cook, right? Because those guys will probably ditch Walter. They might say something. They could blackmail Walter. Then they stole all that methylamine for nothing. And that kid died for nothing. The great train robbery. That train robbery was a nail-biter. But they did it. They got 1,000 gallons. How do they do research for shows like this? Like, how do we steal 1,000 gallons of methylamine from a train? Just like the planning that goes into it. What goes through the writers' heads, like, when they're coming up with these scenes? It's like, you know, maybe I could pull this off in real life. But, like, it has to be perfect conditions, right? Walter and Lydia met. You have no leverage. And Lydia told him about the men. The 9 men still in prison. And Walter's pissed that he still has to, pay these guys for their silence. So I think Walter, yeah, he totally is gonna, like, team up with Lydia. She knows the names of the guys, right? He's gonna do something about it. Walter bugged Hank's office. Hank's gonna find out. Just like Gus keeping tabs on the DEA before Walter. Walter's doing the same. He's gonna knock over the picture or like something. The big reveal is it's about to happen. Or he might not even say anything. He might like test it, fake information, just to see if something happens at a certain time. And then I'll screw Walter over too. Because he won't account for that. Because Hank's smart. He's not going to freak out. He's just gonna play it cool. Let them think. Let Walter or whoever he thinks is bugging his office, let them think that they're in control. And then just like sweep in the big like reveal of Walter being the mastermind behind all this is about to happen. And Walter, he's just such a master manipulator now. It's just he used that, what he's dealing with Skylar, and you know what she's planning on doing with like the kids, and you know the marriage is like falling apart and she doesn't love me. He's using that to his advantage, to pour on the tears and to convince Hank, and then just like, okay, he left the room, time to get to work, bug the place. Walter Jr., he doesn't know what's going on. He still doesn't know anything. That interrogation with Lydia, Mike almost killed her. He said he didn't believe her because everybody acts like Meryl Streep when they have a pistol pointed to their head. But she was innocent. That might come back again, just to like throw Mike off, knowing that he was wrong. He was actually wrong about something. And, you know, there was a bit of grudge with Lydia putting a hit on Hank. So there's that. Mike's just like waiting for a chance. Just any excuse. It's a pistol, not a gun. I'm expecting precision here. I guess we'll just have to see what happens next.
So where are they gonna stash this? They used to have trucks, right? That would move all the melted bodies. So what are they gonna do with all this stuff? I mean, it's metal, right? But what are they gonna do with the kid? There better not be another barrel. Jesus. Oh my God!
You guys didn't tell me this stuff smells like cat piss.
Not the right time, Todd.
Shit happens, huh?
Todd, stop being a dick.
I'm sorry, but I had to do it. Obviously, I guess you see it different.
What was the kid gonna say?
But I didn't see any other choice. I've been thinking about this all day, going over and over it in my head, and it was the only way. We never would have been able to catch him. I was thinking on my feet. I saw a threat, and I took care of it the only way that I could.
A threat?
Thinking.
The kid was waving at us. He wasn't going anywhere. He was saying hi.
Hey, but you don't know that.
Yeah, I do. He didn't know what he'd seen.
Well, I didn't want to take that chance. The whole point of this thing was that no one was supposed to know that we were there, right? I'm real sorry. I really am, but did I make a mistake, Mr. White?
Only Jesse calls me Mr. White. It's yes, sir, to you.
And I would do it again.
Why don't you step outside for a few minutes so we can talk this through?
Of course. Yeah, you guys talk, but I just want to make sure that you know that my priority is this business.
Okay, that's fine, Todd.
And I want to be a real part of this. All right, if you could just see that, I'm motivated and I've got connections. Here, my uncle's got his hookups in prison who I think could be a real help to us.
Whack, John.
Let's just stick to the facts here.
Facts. Oh, okay. How about the fact that he shot a kid? A kid that he didn't need to shoot.
Well, the boy had seen us. And no, it didn't look like he knew what he was seeing. But what if he told somebody? What if he just mentioned it in passing? We can't know what someone
Exactly. We can't know because Ricky Hitler there shot him. Us three, should have had a discussion about it. We would have figured it out. But that dickhead just went ahead and made the choice for us. Is that how we do business now?
I understand you're upset.
And what was that crap about his uncle with the prison connections? It's just some bullshit intimidation move. Come on.
It's true, though. He does have some connections.
Is this a problem?
No, it's nothing to be concerned about. It came up in the background I did on him. Didn't worry me then. He's just flexing.
That we have three options here, and none of which are ideal. We'd most likely have to pay him to keep quiet. And God only knows we've got enough of that going on. God. 2, we dispose of him.
Mike's like, I'm down.
Option 3, we keep him on payroll, put him back on tenting houses, setting up the lab, and so forth. We keep him close, under our control. Now, option 3 would be my choice. Shall we vote? I vote 3, kid.
Me too. It's 3-1, Jesse.
You're still in.
Right on. Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys totally made it right.
The next time you bring a gun to a job without telling me, I will stick it up your ass sideways.
Dude, why did you keep that? I guess he just can't help it. He's a thief, after all.
Anything going on?
He's just hanging out with his granddaughter.
Well, isn't that sweet?
Keeping tabs on Mike. He knows. Come on, he knows. He's being watched.
It's a dead drop.
What?
A dead drop. You just stashed something underneath that trash can.
This guy is slippery as hell. He's been throwing every tail we put on him. The guy's a pro.
Yeah, even pros make mistakes. One of these days, our pal Airman Trout's gonna slip up. Just gotta be there when he does.
How's therapy? I know Dave helped me so much when I was going through my... How's your guy?
Well, you're still doing it.
How about you just talk to me? Just tell me what's going on.
I just need to make the right decision. I need them to be safe.
Okay, so what's this about the kids not being safe? Safe from what?
From us. From Law and me.
Like what? Like your bad parents? Because you're not even close.
Marie, there are things you just don't know. That if you knew, you'd never speak to me again.
The gambling?
Try me. Okay, if you're not gonna say it, I will. Skylar, you have to forgive yourself for Ted.
What?
You can't keep beating yourself up over some stupid little affair.
Walt told you.
Please don't blame him. I practically forced him to, and I wasn't gonna say anything, but I
cannot stand to watch you torture yourself like this. You have to forgive yourself, Skylar. You were having all these problems with Walt, and Ted is a really good-looking man. You're only human. Hell, I've even thought of, you know, I mean, not seriously.
What? Jeez.
Doesn't it feel good to get that off your chest?
Yeah.
14-year-old Drew Sharp was last seen by his parents Thursday morning. Authorities are extending their search today east from Crown Point to Hospa and Whitehorse. Sharp was last seen riding his dirt bike into the desert behind his house. Investigators are asking...
That's just that kid's parents.
I know. Believe me. I've been able to sleep the past few nights just thinking about it. But Jesse, now, finally, we're self-sufficient. Finally, we have everything that we need and no one to answer to except ourselves. And in a year and a half, once we've cooked through this methylamine and made our money, there will be plenty of time for soul searching. Until then, we keep going, and we run our business our way, and make sure that this never happens again. I'll finish this up. Why don't you go on home?
You sure?
Absolutely. I'll take care of this.
Yeah. The whistling man hasn't slept for days, thinking about the kid. Doesn't have a care in the world right now, just whistling away. Jesse, he's just telling you what you want to hear. Oh, do they have Todd?
Just since this morning, I threw 3 separate tales, all DEA. What? The feds have been all over me. This has been going on for a while now.
Did they follow you here?
No, I said I threw them. I would never come to the headquarters of our illegal meth operation dragging a bunch of cops, Walter. It would be unwise.
How can you be so sure?
I've been doing this a long time. It's pretty basic stuff.
It's child's play.
Since about the time we started this little venture. The DEA, in particular, your peach of a brother-in-law, has taken a keen interest in my activities.
And you're just telling me this now? What, you didn't think this information would be of interest? Wouldn't be germane?
I've been handling it, Walter.
We are sitting on 1,000 gallons of stolen methylamine. Jesus. How can you be so irresponsible?
Calm down, would you please?
I can't believe that you kept this from me. From us. Did you know about this?
Mike just told me.
And I said calm down. I've got it under control.
Oh, well, forgive me for not having complete confidence. You know this can't go on, right?
And I've already decided. I'm out.
So what about the guys? Walter's not going to keep paying them.
Sorry to see you go, Mike. But I really don't see any other way.
And neither do I.
Obviously, Jesse, you'll have to take over the distribution end of things. Mike, I trust that you'll bring Jesse up to speed on your side of the business?
Yeah, about that.
Is Jesse out too?
Actually, Mr. White, I'm out too.
You're what?
I don't think I can do this anymore, so, I'm retiring, I guess.
That methylamine that we stole, that we nearly killed ourselves trying to steal, that methylamine, when cooked, is worth nearly $300 million. And you're telling me that you're willing to walk away from that?
We're walking away from the meth, not the methylamine. Jesse and I'll be taking our 2/3 and we're selling it. I've got a connection, a guy I knew from my time with Frank. This guy has the capital, and he's motivated, highly.
Mike's thinking we'll clear like 5 million each.
I'll pay off my guys in lockup out of my share. And those legacy costs that you're so fond of, you won't have to worry about anymore. And then I will be going on my way. Jesse, too.
It's a solid plan.
Yeah.
Come in on this with us.
But he's not going to.
Pennies on the dollar, Jesse. And that's what you're gonna sell out for. Pennies. Why?
5 million isn't pennies. It's more money than I've ever seen. And when it comes down to it, are we in the meth business or the money business?
There's 1 gallon, as discussed. You take that back home to your people, test it. If you're satisfied, I can get the other 665.
All right, that's fair enough.
So we talk money? That one's free. The price for the rest is $15,000 per. 665 gallons, that's $9,975,000. Although I would prefer you round it up to 10. Makes it easier for my partner and I to split. Be good?
I gotta tell you, this is worth it just to get that blue stuff of yours off the market. The blue stuff will be off the market, right? That's not all the methylamine, is it? You two have a partner you haven't mentioned?
This other party wouldn't be a problem for you. His territory won't impact yours.
You see, that doesn't work for me. I'm not just buying this for the supply, I'm buying this for the demand. I'm looking to increase my market share here, Mike.
I don't know what to tell you.
I want you to tell me that Fring's Blue will be off the streets. Here's a new deal for you, then. I'll pay you $15K a gallon for the full 1,000 gallons. Not a drop less.
He's not mine to sell, Declan.
Well then, no deal, Mike.
What if Skylar?
Yeah, you sure this is okay? She's not here. Nobody's here.
Okay.
Mike's connection won't buy mine and Mike's shares of the methylamine unless he gets your share too. He wants the entire 1,000 gallons.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I figured you'd say that, but I've been thinking about it and it really makes sense. Kinda.
It does it?
Look, when you started this thing, did you ever dream of having $5 million? I know for a fact that you didn't. I know for a fact all you needed was 737,000 because you worked it all out, like, mathematically. Look, if selling the methylamine now means that no one else ever gets killed, then I vote for that, man. Hands down. And we could have it tomorrow. We would be out. You could spend time with your family, no more worrying about them getting hurt or finding out about everything. Isn't this what you've been working for?
I have not been working this hard just to sell out.
It's not selling out.
Yes, it is, Jesse.
$5 million isn't nothing.
Jesse, have you heard of a company called Gray Matter?
Yeah,
Well,
I have.
co-founded it in grad school with a couple of friends of mine. Actually, I was the one who named it. And back then, it was just small time. We had a couple patents pending, but nothing earth-shattering. Of course, we all knew the potential. Now we were going to take the world by storm. And then this, something happened between the three of us, and I'm not going to go into detail.
Oh, come on. I want to know.
Personal reasons, I decided to leave the company, and I sold my share to my two partners. I took a buyout for $5,000. Now, at the time, that was a lot of money for me. Care to guess what that company is worth now?
Millions?
Billions, with a B. 2.16 billion as of last Friday. I look it up every week.
Jeez.
And I sold my share, my potential, for $5,000. I sold my kid's birthright for a few months' rent.
This isn't the same thing.
Jesse, you asked me if I was in the meth business or the money business. Neither. I'm in the empire business.
I'm in the empire business.
The meth empire really something to be that proud of?
Awkward.
Skylar, you remember Jesse? Jesse? It's my wife, Skylar.
Yo.
Good to see you. You have a lovely home. I was just heading out.
Why don't you stay for dinner?
No, Mr. White, I'm gonna go.
Stay. Come on. It'll be fun. It's okay with us, isn't it, Skylar? We don't have anything special planned tonight.
Sure. Why not?
See?
Yeah, I see.
These are great green beans, Mrs. White. I like that you got the slivered almonds going. Mom always made them like that. You put lemon in there too?
They are from the deli at Albertsons.
Oh.
That must be where she got them too.
Yeah, good work on your shopping then, because these are choice. I eat a lot of frozen stuff. It's usually pretty bad. I mean, the pictures are always so awesome, you know? It's like, hell yeah, I'm stoked for this lasagna, and then you nuke it, and the cheese gets all scabby on top, and it's like you're eating a scab. So hey, how's business? The car wash. Mr. White said it's going really well. It's like you're a great manager.
See that flick of the fork? That was awesome.
What else did he tell you about me?
He launders money.
Oh, just good stuff. Just really, really good stuff. We don't really talk that much about personal things.
Did you also tell him about my affair? May I please be excused?
You know, my kids are gone.
Thank God.
No, I don't mean they're out for the night. They're gone. They're staying with my in-laws. She made me kick my own kids out of the house.
Well, Jesse just told you you have a way out and you can get your kids back, but no, you want to have an empire.
The days until my cancer came back. My wife is waiting for me to die. This business is all I have left now. It's all I have. And you want to take it away from me.
How's he supposed to know? Walter, are you gonna steal the whole
I
thing?
thought you might try something stupid.
Look, Mike.
Don't bother, Walter. Come join me in the office. Might as well get comfortable. This deal's going down tomorrow. It's happening. There's nothing you can do to stop it. Got it?
So it's okay for you to steal my
To
30.
ensure that, you and I are going to spend the rest of the night together in this office. Like it's my birthday.
Mike.
When the deal is done, you'll get your money. I guarantee that.
Let me cook it. I'll double your 5 and you still walk.
You know, I have never seen anybody work so hard not to get $5 million.
Mike, you need to listen to me.
No, Walter, the last thing I need to do is listen to you. Now sit down.
Mike doesn't sleep, Walter.
All right. Walter, I've got a bit of a quandary here. I've got something I need to attend to before this deal happens. But for some reason, I don't trust you alone with the methylamine. I'm gonna have to restrain you.
He didn't shoot that for no reason. Ah. Maybe you can use the end of the plug and shave away at the plastic. Gotta protect that watch. It might be useful later. Think happy thoughts?
Play it as cool as you like, Fonzie. We all know you've been following my client day and night. The poor man can't even spend a few minutes with his granddaughter without you guys quivering in the bushes and peeping through your little binoculars. It's, well, it's disturbing.
Saul still has the blue ribbon from the plane crash.
Client looks fine to me.
Well, some hurts only show on the inside. Now, I have filed for a temporary restraining order against the DEA on behalf of Mr. Ehrmantraut. He's right about that TRO. It's going to get tossed. Too sweet. Meanwhile, Schrader's hard-on for you just reached Uncle Milty proportions, so have fun with that.
How much time I got?
And maybe 24 hours.
It's enough.
It better be. Whatever you got planned, you best pull the ripcord while you still have a chance.
Where is it?
Mike?
Where? Get out of my way, you sit down.
Mike, hold on, okay? Mr. White's got an idea.
Count to 3.
Mike, I'm
One,
serious. It's a great idea. Look, you get your $5 million, we both do, and he gets his methylamine, all right? Just hear him out.
Everybody wins.
How does everybody win? I got it. We'll fill up a tank with water and we'll give it to them. Tell them to test it, and while they're testing it, we'll drive the other way. It's bulletproof. This gray matter, like, mystery of Walter's past just crept up again, but I don't know if there's enough time to really explore it. Walter sold his share for $5,000. It's worth billions now. I think Walter's been super prideful his whole life. I'm going to take Gretchen's side of the story. She said that Walter walked out on them, and she genuinely believes that, and that's probably what happened. Walter was probably told something that he didn't like, and he took the wrong way. Or maybe they took advantage because they know that he's super prideful. Ah! Well, I still don't know. I'm not in it for the meth business or the money business. I'm in it for the empire business. I'm sure, going into it, yes, it was for his family and for money and to survive and to make sure that they have financial security, but it's evolved. Maybe he's always craved power. He's always held grudges, and this is just a way of just, because his time is still short, just his way of just taking what's rightfully his. I mean, now. Pinkman was right in that this was a way out. It was a way out for Walter to stop cooking, get a ton of cash, be set, maybe repair his family and the damage that he did, and you don't have to look over your shoulder. But if it's past the point of no return. Too many lies, too many truths, too many secrets. It's all just it's all taking its toll on the family now. If he were to quit, that's it. This is his last opportunity to prove himself, of his potential. potential that he just lets slip out of his hands way too many times. And in the process, it's destroyed his family. Like, he succeeded in one aspect of life. He's got a great family, but, like, he's willing to throw that all away just for power and to feed his ego. A meth empire, something to be proud of. Walter's doing that thing again, where he, reassures Pinkman. It's like, yeah, it's you and me together. We're in this together. We got each other's backs. We can do this. Take the day off. I'll clean up for you. This is hard on everyone. I can't even sleep at night. And then Pinkman, he's listening to Walter whistle. It's like, this guy doesn't have a care in the world right now. He's not having sleepless nights. Walter's like the devil on Pinkman's shoulder right now. Oh, man. They killed the kid in the train episode, but that's just their thing. That's what they do with bodies. They melt them. No traces. That's brutal. Todd, he must be like a kleptomaniac himself. Maybe that's why he's a burglar. He stole that kid's spider. He killed a kid and then he took the spider. He's just looking at it. He's just like fascinated. So something's coming Todd's way. And I think it might have something to do with the spider. Pinkman just wants to get revenge on Todd. I have connections in prison. Is that a threat? Maybe Todd's connections in prison can take out, Mike's remaining men that still need to be paid. But I think at this point Walter might be fine, because Mike will pay them off with his share if whatever Walter's plan is for the next episode, works. Lydia, I don't see things ending well for this girl. She's very erratic. She panics and will cave. You saw her screaming into that pillow when she had to turn in her floor man, so she'll do anything to save herself. Skylar, she is trapped right now. Now she found out that Walter told Marie about the affair. That dinner table scene with Jesse, he's just like, "Yo, this is really good, Mrs. White. It's just like my mom used to make. I got it at the grocery store, already cooked." Oh, yeah. Did you also tell him about my affair? And Pinkman's just like, and Walter, he's just got total control over Skylar. He's just insisting. It's like, oh, Skylar won't mind. Will you, Skylar? That Jesse joins us for dinner. Skylar's just like, yeah. And Walter just turns to Jesse. He's like, see? He's swirling his rum in his hand. When are we ever going to meet Dave? Who is this miracle therapist that Marie... Well, apparently he's not doing a good job because Marie still steals things. So what's the use of Skylar going to see this guy? She was so close to telling Marie. And now she's made out to be the problem of the family. The bad parent. She just wants to protect her kids, man. Walter Jr. doesn't know what's going on. Still doesn't know. I still think Hank's going to find out that he's being recorded, but he's going to intentionally set up something to screw with Mike and catch him in the act. Because Mike's he's been toying with these guys. He can see them coming from a mile away. It's not all that often that you see Mike with his eyes wide open, but like it happened again when he opened the garage door. Now I think I know why Mike is so tired looking all the time. He probably spends like countless nights tying people's hands to radiators and keeping an eye on them. And he was just about to get out too, just like Jesse, and Walter just pulled him back in. Now we see some competition. Those guys who can't compete with the blue stuff that Mike wanted to sell the methylamine to. Maybe that's who Walter's hunting. Maybe he's taking out the competition in the flash forward. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Next video is going to be just 2 episodes, so that we end on episode 8. Because you guys are telling me that there was an 11-month gap between episode 8 and episode 9 in season 5. So I'll end on the same cliffhanger that you guys did, but I'll only have to wait a week to find out what happens next. I love the attention to like detail in these 3 episodes. Just like the little shots. Even like in this last episode, Mike just threw his keys. When he patted down Walter and he just, he tossed his keys on the desk. Like they took time to shoot the keys and the wallet landing on the desk. It's like, oh, well, why didn't Mike just take the keys? Never make the same mistake twice, Mike. No, Walter won't ever escape. His keys are on the desk. Come on, man. Oh, I mean, Mike, he was up all night, right? He's probably been up for a week.
Oh my god! I'm tired.
So I hope everyone stays safe and healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.